Failing to make it as a DJ because you couldn't get enough gigs is the worst excuse going. If you can't get gigs, make your own gigs. Hello, what's up YouTube, and welcome to this episode of Road to Professional DJ. In today's video we're talking all about how you can set up your own events if you are a DJ out there who at the moment you can't get enough gigs or you can't get any gigs. The best thing for you to do is to start throwing your own events. If you cannot get enough gigs in your local area because you're not integrated, you don't know who's giving them out, or you're just finding it so hard to break into the scene, it's so logical. Start throwing your own events. That's the best thing you can do. But just before I dive too much into that, I want to quickly show you guys this, which is a poster I've just had through for my next gig. I am doing an event at Rebel, the club, with my brand boxed in, and we've got Shapeshifters from Glitterbox and Defected and Wheats coming down for this gig. I'm so excited for it. It's gonna be probably the biggest gig I've ever done. I'm managing it with my half of the brands, which is boxed in, and then House Party Events is the other half as well. We've had these posters come in. They look absolutely wicked. We've got about 200, which we're throwing around the local area at the moment. We're getting them up absolutely everywhere because we want as many people to know that we're throwing this awesome party as possible. And this is me actually taking a piece of my own medicine. I wasn't getting enough DJ gigs, and now I personally throw events in my local area. And also, if you're new to the channel, I do offer some DJ mentoring. So I've now started a new group, so join the group below if you want to get involved in some DJ mentoring. In this group, we're going to support each other, we're going to ask questions, you're going to ask questions, I'm going to answer questions, and actually sometimes I'm going to ask you guys some questions. But if you are interested in some DJ mentoring, please do join the group. It is linked below. But let's get to it. So, setting yourself up a gig can be quite a daunting task. There's a few little bits that you're going to have to do, perhaps some learning, perhaps some networking, but before you do any of that, you need to devise a concept. What is your event going to be? Is it going to be, like myself, a niche music? Is it going to be house music? Is it going to be techno music? Is it going to be disco? Is it just going to be a party? How regular is it going to be? What sort of venue do you want? Does it matter on seasonal? Is it going to be indoor? Is it going to be outdoor? Their opportunities are endless, but that's the first thing you need to come up with. What is your concept? Because you need to have a concept that people want to come down to. And don't worry, if your concept is just throwing a party, having a night out, having some DJs, that is a concept in itself, so don't worry, but devise a concept and make sure it works. You're probably better off doing a tried and trusted concept. For myself, I throw niche electronic music venues night at venues in my local area. It's tried and it's tested. If you want to come up with something new, go for it. But if you're too far out there, it might not work. So bear that in mind. Try and just at least get a concept you know there's going to be a wide range of people looking to go to. Step number one is getting your concept nailed on. Once you've got yourself a concept, you're going to need to get yourself a venue, a location, a place in which you're going to be able to throw this party. This can be tricky, especially if you've not thrown any events before, but you need to be a bit clever about what venue you use. Firstly, don't use or don't try and book the biggest venue in town. You're better off throwing a small party which gets sold out than trying to get a big venue which gets nobody, which you end up with hardly anyone in. It's a rubbish party, no one wants to come back again. You want to start small and then start scaling it up. You also want to start small because realistically, how many people are you going to be able to bring on your very first event? You need to let word spread and let people to start understanding that this is a regular event going on. But before we go on too much to that, you need to get yourself a venue. I would aim for something small. I would also aim for something which is going to get some passing traffic on its own. For example, this gig I'm doing with the poster I just saw you a minute ago, there's two brands, throwing this event at this club. So my brand is aiming to bring 150 people, the other brand is aiming to bring 150 people, and we think about 150 people will turn up just from the organic flow of the nightclub being open. That's a reasonably big size event, 450 people. Okay, events are going to get way bigger, but I'm still working my way up this ladder as well. That event's not the biggest in the world. It is up to 700 capacity, so that would be a really awesome gig. But we are working our way up. That's some of our logic we've used on that venue and with the brands that we're running it. So, choose yourself a venue, you want to get some passing traffic, you want it to be small, and also the third thing is, what deal are you going to have with the management or the clubs that run it. I normally work on a basis where we keep the door money and they keep any money behind the bar. It's nice and easy, it's nice and simple. We look after our tills at the door, they look after their tills at the club, and it works really well. The best thing as well with the club is normally allow them to bring the bar staff, allow them to organise security, and you just run the door, i.e. the tickets coming in and the DJs which are playing. Often they will have their own DJs decks which you can use, but that's something you need to be sure about as well, because you don't want to get caught on a night out with no DJ decks. That would be a nightmare. And next up, it is DJs. If you're going to throw an event like this, then you're going to need to get some DJs down. Avoid the temptation of you to play the entire night, and let me tell you why. You could play the entire night, you could play an amazing set, you could get 5-6 hours of deck time, be super happy with it, which is quite a long time, but I would definitely suggest having each DJ play one slot. And the reason this is, each DJ that's going to be playing is going to be able to bring a few people. That's the nature of the game. People will want to come and see their friends play, especially when you're at these lower down amateur events. The more DJs you get in, the more natural amount of people are going to want to come and see the DJs, and therefore you're going to have a better party. I would recommend getting a good handful of DJs involved, and try and get some DJs in which are going to help bring some tickets or sell some tickets. I know sometimes DJs get a bit funny about whether or not they are meant to be helping to sell tickets or not, but if you're running an event, you've got to make sure this is getting full, so you want to get some DJs on board who you think can pull in a bit of a crowd. That's the reality of it, that's the nature of it. DJs, get some DJs in which are going to help bring some people, but also make sure that they are DJs who are going to be playing into this vision you've got of the concept. For myself, I make sure that all the DJs that are going to come and play are going to be playing house music or techno music or underground music of that sort. That's the vibe we're going for, that's the concept we're selling. Those DJs have to either fit those requirements, or they have to be able to manage or change their sets to fit those requirements. That's what we want the DJs to play, because that's what we're selling. Which brings us on to the last factor, which is promotion, or actually I'm going to call it promotion, because promotion is everything. Actually, not quite everything. If you've got a really small venue and you can fill it out with just your mates, fine, but other than that, promotion is everything. Do not underestimate promotion. We've got 200 posters which we're sticking around Southampton in the UK, which is a relatively small city. 200, not to mention anything else we're doing. So you need to do so much promotion. Promotion's key, because if people don't have the opportunity to know that the event is on, they're not going to find out. How are they going to find out? Word of mouth, okay, good, maybe going to help a bit, but you've got to promote the events. Get posters, get savvy with social media, put some paid ads on, maybe get people trying to help you to sell tickets, get some friends to bring their friends along, give them a bit of commission, or just get them to help out. Promotion is everything. You cannot do enough promotion. If you think you've done too much promotion, you'll have a sold out event. Oh well, like that's not a bad thing. So just promotion is absolutely everything. I've done so many gigs in the past, or I've had to try to run gigs, and there's been no promotion. No one's turned up. Some people are walking around scratching their head wondering why no one's turned up, and it's because there's been no promotion. Like, that's it. Or you've got a rubbish concept. But we're going to say that you've got... we're going to say for this that it's because of the promotion. Of course, if you do promote the absolute hell out of it and it doesn't take off, maybe you do want to have a look at your concept. But if you've gone for something which is relatively straightforward, nothing too far out there, something which of course is going to drag some people in, then it is going to be down to the promotion. There are a few technicalities that come down when you're running events like this. For example, you might want to find out about insurance. I run all my events that I now do through my business, and my business is insured to run. For me, I've got insurance for 15 events for this year, up to 1,000 capacity. That's how I'm running, that's how I'm organising these particular events I'm doing at the moment. You want to make sure you're insured, or even a one-off event insurance, or you want to check to see how insured your venue is. Because if you came in, you put up a bit of decoration, or you put up a new speaker which then fell on someone and hurt them, you could be liable for that. So you just want to make sure you're covered. It can be really easy, don't be scared off by the fact of said insurance. It can be really easy to get some phone calls and get some insurance, or maybe the venue doesn't actually require it, to speak to the venue management, etc. That's absolutely fine, but I would definitely have at least a think about that, especially if it's going to be a big venue. You also want to be wary about the fact that you may need someone on the door, therefore you're going to have to hire someone, or you're going to have to slip a bit and make some cash, or rotate with the DJs. However you want to structure it, you're going to have someone working on the door. If it is free entry, then fine, you don't need to worry about that. Generally, there will be security at the door, which will be checking people's IDs. That doesn't have to be your responsibility. I would advise for you to not make that your responsibility. You'll keep it so much easier if you have the venue itself running the security and running the bar. Then all you've got to do is put on the music and run the door with the tickets. So that's what I would advise. Make sure you're watching out for those extra little details of things you have to do. Make sure you get down there on the night with plenty of time. The last thing you want to do is get down there, try and plug in a cable, it doesn't work, and then you're opening up late. I've been to another gig where we hired Jasper James. He asked for some specific DJ requirements, and then when we got to the club, it was about 20 minutes before opening. They had to go off the venue, told us they'd had the DJ equipment in place, and then when it came down to it, the equipment wasn't there. So I would advise, get yourselves down there early. I really do hope that you found this video of really good content and helping you guys, for anyone that's thinking about setting up an event yourselves. There is quite a lot to think about. It can be a bit daunting, but trust me, if you can get some events going in a local area and start building up a local scene, a local crowd, it's going to not only get you some really cool gigs and regular gigs, it's also going to do some massive growth for you and your DJ career. And if you're someone at the moment who's not making any money out of DJing, running some events could be the exact sort of thing you can do to start monetizing these DJ gigs. But that just about sums it up. Or please, if you have got any questions, then do drop them either in the comments below, or meet me and I will answer your questions personally on that DJ Mentoring Facebook group. But that just about ties it up. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it of any use, it really does help, and subscribe for more good stuff coming soon. Cheers!